I don't know what I'm doing. I was going to say something to you. I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh no, I already pressed start. I've been recording this whole time. Oh man, whatever. I was trying to say something funny, that's what it was. But I had nothing funny to say.
Just play that.
Alright. Silence, child. Get back to making socks. Sweatshops are OP. Alright, let's begin. Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to talk about something that is one of my biggest pet peeves. And I think it's important to talk about because I get messages like this very often. And I want to kind of address everybody and anybody that has this problem in kind of one quick video and really talk about what I think about it and what I think really bothers me about this video. Or not video, but this topic. And so the topic is about chasing your dreams, okay? Now, what is it that bothers me about chasing your dreams? Nothing really, actually. I think people should chase their dreams. And to be specific, what I think like a dream would be is something that is clearly achievable, even though it may be fairly hard or have a high skill cap or difficulty, and depending on your circumstances and whatever that may be. For example, I don't think necessarily walking on the sun is those types of dreams that could be achievable, but a career in let's say a very really hard job could be definitely considered a dream, right? And even things that are weirder than that, like for example, if you want to be a toothpick sculptor, I think that is fair. You might not think it is, but there are people who do this and they do it very well and they get paid very well. So really, that's kind of where I think dreams live in my categorization. But for whatever reason, people don't understand this, I guess. They feel like if it's difficult at 1 ounce, then it's almost impossible. Or it is, don't even try it, right? And this is kind of where the heat of this conversation begins, is because I really don't like people when they do that. And I'm specifically talking to teachers and instructors and family members who say to their loved ones or their students or to their classmates that, oh, you shouldn't do that because it's too hard. I've been told that my whole career, like I should not do 2D, I should do 3D, I should learn 3D. And I was never opposed to 3D. I never thought 3D was foolish or anything. I just was a 2D artist. I wanted to paint, draw. I wanted to do that. That's what I wanted. And throughout my career, people were telling me it's really hard, it's very difficult. And I remember I just looked back at them and I was like, well, yeah, it's hard. What isn't hard, right? And I think this is where I start to get really frustrated whenever I see I'll see other people do this to others. And for example, someone messaged me the other day and they said, my teacher's been telling me to stop doing 2D, that it's really impossible to get a career, that path. You should do 3D. It's much easier. And I don't know how to respond to those types of questions because it should be very clear to you that your teacher doesn't know what they're talking about. Of course, some jobs are easier than others, but to even say that 3D is easier than 2D is kind of naive, because there are 3D positions that are really hard to get, sometimes even harder to get than a 2D position, and vice versa. Now, it may seem that there's less need for 2D artists, but there really is a high flux of need for 2D artists, and you'd be surprised. There's a lot of game development and film out there that will need and look for 2D artists. And I don't just mean just drawing anything. I just mean there's all kinds of things, from graphic design to industrial design to video games to film to comic books to toys to animation to TV shows. There's so much that we can talk about when it comes to 2D. What the John? John finds a way every time I do these videos to disrupt them. So don't let people like John come into your life and disrupt your whole segue. Where don't let people come in there and just tell you that it's impossible or you shouldn't do it because it's hard. That's probably the worst thing that someone can say to you in terms of advice, because it's not real advice. They're basically stating perhaps some truth, but it's not motivational, right? And some people don't react very well to that. They hear that and they say, "Okay, you're right. You're someone in an educated position. You're someone that is clearly more qualified to answer these types of questions." And I don't think that's fair, because I mean, if you just do a couple Google searches and go online YouTube, you'll realize right away that probably most of what they're saying is a bunch of bullshit. And so if you're a teacher, if you're a person, or you're a classmate, or you're an instructor, or whoever you are, and you tell someone they shouldn't do something because of difficulty, maybe because of personal experience that happened to you, maybe you should reconsider that. You should reconsider, say, instead of saying you shouldn't do it because it's hard, just try something else, you should probably try saying something like, "This is going to be a very hard task. Let me do everything I can to help you with it. There's no promises to be made there, but I will do everything I can." And that's a much more positive and more motivated kind of like way to get someone to do something. Because if you're focused on the difficulties and their failures, then you really miss the point. They're gonna fail. Whoever you are, whatever dream you have, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fall on your face, you're gonna fall flat, and it's gonna suck. But you need to surround yourself with instructors that understand that's going to happen, and they're going to pick you up and say, "All right, let's go. Let's try again." Because success does not come without failure. You must fail to succeed. You must fail to know what steps you need to not take, right? Only very rarely does it happen where you are completely 100% successful. You land a job, perfect job, the first try. Very few people do this. But even they have an understanding of failure, whether it was earlier in their life or throughout their own personal, like, "Oh man, this sucks." They are really self-efficient in terms of criticism. Like, they can take criticism to themselves, where it doesn't put them in a position of procrastination or self-doubt, and they just kind of stay there. They can say, "This sucks. Now I must improve." Some people are like that. Others aren't, And I am really here for those that aren't. I'm really trying to be the advocate for those who have a harder time to stay motivated. And I'm here to say, if someone tells you that your dreams are not achievable, I'm here to tell you that they are achievable, but it's going to be hard. Let's face the fact. I spent several years becoming the artist that I am today, and I'm going to spend several more years becoming the artist that I plan to be in the future. And so I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to fall flat, I'm going to learn, but one day I'm going to be very successful, and it's just a matter of time. It's the same thing with you guys, okay? Don't let anyone tell you that something is not possible just because they haven't tried it or they have seen people fail. Remember, one person has not seen every single situation. And if you just look at every single person that has ever become truly and 100% successful, you will see a history of failure, all right? So with that, guys, I hope you guys stay motivated, stay positive, work hard, and don't let people squash your dreams. And yeah, good luck.